Let's address that and try to talk some solutions here, because that's why we're having this conversation.
Yes, so when a patient is admitted, they get a survey. And when they get the survey, it's whether the facility is gonna get credited, gonna get paid. So what happens is if they get bad, the HCAHPS, when that was applied, now the organization looks on the nurses' aides and the nurses and puts pressure on them, because if they're not getting reimbursement, so therefore the easiest way to get back and make sure that hopefully this gets corrected is going and putting full force on the nurses' aides and the nurses. Therefore, they're left defenseless, and no matter how much that they try to report things that are happening, they're retaliated against for reporting, because there's literally a failed reporting system. So solutions would be something that, like anonymous reporting, so that 1309 is talking about the retaliation of organizations. So, and what the solutions, what we're proposing with Nurses Against Violence to add on to that would be to implement anonymous reporting that OSHA actually adheres to, like with the healthcare segment, to add to the OSHA, the current OSHA that we have, because they're not being addressed the way that they should be. One of the other solutions that I had was to talk back to the 1309 was that that there would be felonies for people that are hitting nursing staff, like for the nurses' assistants and the nurses, because it needs to be spread across the board.
Well, and I think your point is so valid. No one should be able to walk into a hospital, a doctor's clinic, or any clinic for that matter, and quite frankly, beat up a nurse and have there be no repercussions. And I think that's kind of the climate we live in right now. And protection is so important. Randee, I want to ask you, have you as a nursing staff come together and thought more about how you're going to combat this in your hospital?
Fortunately, I have the privilege of working with a really incredible chief nursing officer who has his own story, attacked in his past. And just 2 months ago, we met with the senator, and we're all on the same page. We all know that this can't be happening anymore, but getting us there is the next step. I kind of feel like we're in this paradigm shift right now. What 8 years ago we used to accept as everyday nursing behavior, oh, that patient just slapped you, that's part of the job. We're now moving into a zero tolerance policy, but getting everybody on board is kind of the tough place to that we're headed. And I'm so happy that you guys are talking about this right now, because this is something that the healthcare field has been feeling for years. And we are moving forward, talking to our legislature and trying to all get on the same page, but it's not an overnight fix.
Well, thank you both for the really good work you're doing to raise awareness. Randee, thank you for sharing your story. I'm so sorry that happened to you and that it seems to be so commonplace, but hopefully some good will come out of it.
Change will come, and that's because the last thing we want to see is to lose our great healthcare professionals like yourself. And
that's my biggest fear as well.
The system is going to fall apart. I would also like to see that the hospitals realize this and step up and increase security, because I think that's an important part of it as well.
It absolutely is, and we did reach out to the American Nurses Association. Their statement reads, the American Nurses Association condemns all instances of workplace violence that nurses face in every healthcare setting. ANA is working hard to address this through policy and efforts such as the #EndNurseAbuse campaign. You can find the full statement on our website, thedoctorstv.com. Sandy, keep up the great work. And Randee, thank you so much for sharing your story with us.